because I read it from here. And then I'm recording. Hi, guys. My cousin's in the room. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Yeah, she's just chilling in here. It's kind of hot in here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you get too hot, you can go into the house, okay?
It's not hot. It's a little bit hot.
It's a little bit hot. Today we are reading. Does this fanfiction have any cuss words? Because I ain't about to say none in front of her, you know? I'm trying to be responsible. Yeah, I don't think so. Today we are reading 3 Little Words by Delicately Her Dreams, and I honestly love this fanfiction. It is so good. Finding a Bucky Barns picture where he's smiling is very hard. The man does not smile. He is a broody boy. Very, very broody. Yeah, he's like, smiles, not for me. But yeah. I can't speak today. I had a presentation and I put all of my word power into that presentation today for school. So I apologize. We got like one more day until we get the next episode to The Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you're not watching that, please do. It's really good so far. And yeah, that's all I got, guys. Make sure to go support the author because we love authors in this community. And that's it. I'll see you at the end of the video, guys. Bye. Or see you soon. There we go. No one had told you that saying 3 little words were so difficult to say. No one had ever described the amount of planning, plotting, and scheduling it would take to squeak them out. I, love, and you. 3 single-syllable words arranged to form a sentence. But never was there a more impossible task than saying them out loud. You and Bucky have been dating for a year. You thought the words so many times. I love this man. I love him. I love you. But for some reason, your vocal cords never thought to make them an audible noise, and so you kept them in your mind. Those 3 little words. There were so many times you thought you'd say it. At your anniversary dinner, when he brought you the lunch you'd forgotten at home, when you were laying in bed. But it was almost as if the words were lying dormant in your throat, not yet ready to emerge. It was date night in, and you were having parsnips and celery root bisque. It was a simple but elegant soup from around the time Bucky was a kid. You'd picked it out especially for him because you knew it would be a taste of home. The soup turned out just like how the recipe said it should, and it was absolutely delicious. You were proud of your accomplishment, and you couldn't help but sit up a little straighter at dinner. Bucky smirked at you from his spot across from you at the table. Well, you seem smug. Any reason? You chuckled. No reason at all. I'm just glad the soup turned out so good. He nodded in agreement. It's pretty good. Thanks for making it. His eyes crinkled at the corners with his smile as he lifted the spoon to his lips. You nibbled at your lip, a smile of your own pulling at them. No matter how many times you'd seen his smile, it never ceased to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. The meal passed by quickly. The conversation was never boring with him, and before you knew it, your bowls were empty and the dishes needed to be done. Dishes were always your least favorite part of date night. You dreaded carrying the mountain over to the sink and washing them by hand. You were really going to have to get a dishwasher one of these days. But they had to be done. And so you begrudgingly rose to your feet and began to clear the table. You carried the bowls and spoons over to the sink where the pots and knives you used to make the soup were already waiting. Swiping on the faucet, you wedged the sink plug into its space and dropped a healthy dollop of dish soap into the rising water. You rolled your shoulders back as you took a deep breath as you prepared yourself to begin the tedious chore of dishwashing. But you never got to do it because you were stopped by a voice. Oh, doll, Bucky said, standing up and taking long strides to get to your side. Don't worry about these. You already made dinner. I'll do the dishes for you. He nudged you away from the sink, rolled up his sleeves, and plunged his hands into the soapy water. You couldn't help the relieved and love-filled sigh that escaped from your mouth, and you gaze up as you unconsciously said, "I love you." His hands froze in the sink as soon as the last syllable fell from your lips. And you didn't realize you had even said it until a shaky, "What?" slipped out of his mouth. You stopped short as you looked up at him, surprised that you had even said it. After all this time, after all he's done, it was him volunteering to do the dishes for you that triggered the words. You couldn't find the words again. They were stuck in a lump in your throat. Bucky had stopped washing the dishes and turned to look down at you, his blue eyes incredulous. "Tell me again," he said in a voice that was just barely above a whisper. "Please?" His quiet begging seemed to jumpstart your voice, and the three little words bubbled to the surface again. I love you. Again. He pulled his hands out of the water and dried them by now, and he turned so he was facing you. With trembling hands, he reached forward to take yours. "Please?" he begged once more. You stared up into his eyes, warmth pooling in the pit of your stomach as the butterflies flittered about. "I love you." He leaned down and pressed his forehead against yours, squeezing your hands gently. "Again." His eyes fluttered shut as he prepared to listen, your words undoubtedly like music to his ears. You bit your lip in a smile and stared up at him through your lashes. "I love you." His lips curled up in a satisfied smile, his eyes still closed, but his expression nice and relaxed. "Doll, I love you too." He leaned in more to close the distance between you and pressed his lips against yours. You sighed out of your nose as your lips merged in a loving kiss. But this kiss was almost different. Because things in general were going to be different from then on out. The way you moved around each other was different. The way you held each other was different. The way you looked at each other was different. Your dynamic was different. But it was good. It was so good. It was filled with love and tender touches that set your heart ablaze, all because of those three little words. After all, it was those three little words and the undeniable truth they held that made all the difference. That was so cute. He said, "Again. Again." Oh my god. It was so good. Oh, I love that. I loved this one. So good. Man, my heart is beating so fast. I put myself in the shoes of the character sometimes. Like, I can easily get secondhand embarrassment. I can get flustered. I don't know what the feeling I'm getting right now. I'm just like, oh my god, that was so cute. Oh my god, they love each other. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice night, day, or whenever you're watching this. And out.